Richard Branson is an entrepreneur with an estimated net worth of $4.4 billion. He started his entrepreneurship journey at the age of 15 by starting a magazine and calling big brands and convincing them to advertise with him. He later started Virgin Records, a record company that became the largest independent record company in the world, signing artists such as the Rolling Stones. This started the Virgin Group, which now oversees nearly 500 companies in a variety of industries and has an annual global revenue of over $21 billion. So here are Richard Branson's rules for success. Number 1. Most business ideas come out of frustration.
And I think most of the best entrepreneurial ideas come out of frustration. I think if you're frustrated about something, the best way of sorting it out is get out and do it, and you've got yourself a business. I was actually trying to get to the BVI, the British Virgin Islands, one day from Puerto Rico, and the same lovely lady was waiting for me, and I'd been away for 3 weeks, and American Airlines bumped the flight, and so I went to the back of the airport. I hired a plane, I hired a blackboard. I wrote Virgin Airlines one way, $29 to the BVI, went around all the people who'd been bumped, and I filled my first plane.
Number 2. Find opportunities in the inefficiencies of others.
The only reason we would go into a new sector is if we felt it was being badly run by other people. So the reason we went into trains was the government were running trains. British Rail was dilapidated trains, a miserable service, and we just felt, we could go in, we could get fantastic new rail stock, we could motivate the staff, and we could make a big difference. And so we took over, the busiest line in Britain, the West Coast Main Line, and we've gone from 8 million passengers to nearly 40 million passengers, and I think transformed the experience for people, and in every new sector that we've gone into, we've seen, a gaping gap in the market where the big guys have not been doing it very well, and where we can come in and shape.
Number 3. Don't just chase money.
I've never, very rarely have I actually sat down and thought, can we make a lot of money by going into this industry? Almost all our new ventures have come about from, if you go right back to the beginning, Vietnam War, let's edit a magazine to try to have young people campaigning to stop the war, and let's give young people a voice. The actual business aspect of it, the paying the bills, we had to sort that one out later and hopefully sell enough magazines and learn about the printing and the paper manufacturing, but that wasn't our principal interest. And almost every venture we've gone into, we've seen a gap in the market. I mean, you might get frustrated flying on other people's airlines. Screw it, let's do it. We'll just start. We'll start an airline, and then we try to make sure we can get the bills paid. And actually, I think it's a better way of doing it. If you think, how can I make lots of money? Let's bring the accountants in, we'll work out some business plans. I mean, it's just the wrong way around. I mean, you'll get one set of accountants will say, yes, you can make lots of money. Another set of accountants with exactly the same input will say, no, you're going to lose lots of money. It's got to be, from your heart, and do something which, you're passionate about, which is going to be your hobby, and then it's likely to be successful.
Number 4. Delegate.
Is to be a great delegator, and not try to do everything yourself. Try to find people who are better than you all the time. Try to find people who are better than you to put you out of business effectively. So, whatever you're spending all your day doing, try to find someone who's better than you to do that, to replace you at it, so that you can go off and think about the next big picture. An entrepreneur is not a manager. I mean, an entrepreneur is somebody who is great at conceiving ideas, starting ideas, building ideas, but then handing over to really good managers to manage the businesses. The moment you've got more than one business, you can't be hands-on doing everything. If, on the other hand, you are you're not really a great entrepreneur, but you're a really good manager, then fine, just immerse yourself in the business, worry about every detail. Don't worry about having to move on to other businesses. So it slightly depends on what kind of person you are. In a strange way, Steve Jobs was more a manager than an entrepreneur. I mean, it sounds slightly strange to say that because, but I mean, he was somebody that, focused on almost specifically on one subject matter. Immersed himself in that business. He second guessed everybody with everything. No bit of artwork could go out without his approval. And he built a formidable business, but pretty specific business in one area. And it worked very well for him. But if you want to be a true entrepreneur and build a lot of different businesses, you've got to be a great delegator.
Number 5, make a difference.
But equally, I think that once you've actually created a successful business and you feel that the business is secure, I think if every business could then become a force for good, and you can use your entrepreneurial skills to think, how can we, as a company, tackle a social problem in the local community? Maybe if you're quite a small business, use our entrepreneurial skills to see how we can tackle it better than it's been tackled before. Or if you've created a bigger business, maybe how can we tackle some of the seemingly intractable global problems, and again use our entrepreneurial skills to see how they can be tackled in a better way than they've been tackled before. And I think if every business could do that, an awful lot of the problems of the world would get resolved.
Number 6, have some fun. Alright guys, let me know in the comments which entrepreneur you would like to see next, and you might inspire the next video on our 6 Rules of Money series. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet, and don't forget to click the notification button. I hope you guys learned and enjoyed this video. Thank you, and have a great day.